Parent engagement is simply defined as parents and school staff working together to improve the learning, development, and health of children and adolescents. Parent engagement in schools is a shared responsibility in which schools and other community agencies and organizations are committed to actively supporting their children's and adolescents' learning and development. This relationship between school and parents cuts across and reinforces children's health and learning in multiple settings: at home, in school, and in the community. Engaging parents in their children's school life is a promising protective factor. Research shows that parent engagement in schools is closely linked to better student behavior, higher academic performance, and enhanced social skills. Comprehensive surveys of this research document the following benefits for students, families, and schools. 1. Students achieve more, regardless of socioeconomic status, ethnic, racial background, or the parent's educational level. 2. Students have higher grades and test scores, better attendance, and complete homework. 3. Children who are farthest behind make the greatest gain. Student achievement for disadvantaged children not only improves, but can also reach levels that are standard for middle-class children. 4. Children from diverse cultural backgrounds perform better when parents and professional collaboration to bridge the gap between the culture at home and the learning institution. 5th, students' behavior such as alcohol use, violence, antisocial behavior decrease as parent involvement increases. Junior and senior high school students whose parents remain involved make better transitions, maintain the quality of their work, and develop realistic plans for their future. Students whose parents are not involved, on the other hand, are more likely to drop out of school. According to research, the most accurate predictor of students' achievement in school is not the income or social status, but the extent to which the student's family is able to, number 1, create a home environment that encourages learning. Number 2, communicate high yet reasonable expectations for the children's achievement and future careers. And lastly, become involved in their children's education at school and in the community. I would like to share to you my case on how I effectively engage and involve as a parent to my grade 5 son in his school in order to achieve his best possible results in his academic performance and behavior. But before anything else, let me first disclose to you his profile and our family status. Allen, my son, was born with disabilities. As early as 4 years old, he was diagnosed with ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder with combined type of language impairment. Based on doctor's developmental assessment, his hearing, speech, comprehension, personal and social skills were 3 years younger of his chronologic age. So, he underwent an occupational and speech therapy for 6 years, from age 5 to 10 years old. Secondly, me and my wife were separated for a decade, and both were working, so we cannot spend quality time with Allen to address his personal needs in school and at home. We relied on hiring a tutor to assist him in his studies, but not sufficient enough to improve his school performance. In 2019, Allen gradually developed an anxiety disorder that impacted his academic performance and poor relationships. He lost his enthusiasm in going to school. He went through medication, regular counseling with a psychologist, and continuous occupational therapy. Teachers don't understand him and don't know how to relate with him properly, and as well as his classmates. He felt rejected and misunderstood. So I decided to transfer him last year in Summer Hill School, where his two sisters are studying, because he could no longer cope up with the stress and the feeling of rejection from previous school. After 6 months in this school, I am so happy of my son's amazing developmental changes and his unbelievable academic performance. Indeed, it's a miracle. My prayers with the Divine Mercy were answered. My son responded positively with my presence and constant engagement. He improved a lot in his listening, communication, social skills, and mental abilities. He is leveling up now and becoming more diligent and a responsible kid. Aside from being so engaged with my son, I have also observed some factors that drive his development. Number one is the time element. The emergence of COVID-19 as a global pandemic is a blessing for us because my son was compelled to stay at home and relaxed. It calmed down his stress and healed his anxiety. It works even if he doesn't go anymore to the therapy center. Due to pandemic, my number of field work days was reduced to 3 days in a week, and I am being restricted to travel to far-flung areas in Mindanao. So it's really a big thing for me and my son Allen to see each other more frequently, to be his tutor and a playmate. Second is the online learning. It is the ultimate learning tool for him at this time in order to learn fast and catch up on his missed opportunities in the classroom. It was very difficult and a huge adjustment of both of us at the start of the online class, because Allen is not a techie kid. We restricted him from using a computer, tablet, or cell phone since it will trigger his ADHD condition and his addiction in playing games. But however, through imposing discipline and constant monitoring, Allen learned to comply and follow house rules. The coming out of the online class is really a blessing. My son responded positively. He is more focused, attentive. Compared to the classroom setting, his attention span is shorter. He is easily disturbed by his classmates. And he felt frustrated if he doesn't understand the lessons and his teachers. Third is the school. It has the positive environment and the appropriate learning system like the Quipper. And lastly, the teachers are very compassionate, versatile, and very competent. As a parent and a sales manager of a pharmaceutical company, I realized that no amount of obstacles can hold you back if you aim high for your child. I have uncovered the unspoken needs of my son and focus all my attention and energy on it because I believe everything that you focus on grows. On my day-to-day encounter with my son, I utilize the benefits of authoritative and democratic parenting styles. As a mentor, parent, I apply the principles of situational leadership on effective coaching and mentoring, combined with high degree and high supportive behavior. I would like to share to you some specific parent engagement strategies. Number one, I constantly monitor his daily activities, assignments, notes, group chat messages, and others. I provided him with a phone for his online class that I can access to his group chat so I can monitor his messages, activities, assignments, and progress in every subject. Number two, I instructed him to read his study guide, take down notes, and then I patiently review him with the topics after my work and during my free time. Third, I help my son with his difficult performance task and assignment. Fourth, I installed Tagalog-English translator in his phone so he can use it during his AP and Filipino classes and study review. I taught him how to use the laptop, the cell phone, apps, because he doesn't know how to operate it at the start. 6. I constantly correct his undesirable behaviors, bad habits, mistakes, and reminded him not to do it again. 7. I always praise, recognize him, and give him a reward or a gift every time he got high scores in the exam. I provided him with his daily supplements like the vitamins and minerals to fill in his nutritional gaps. 9. I talk to him every day and encourage him to share his problems and feelings. And lastly, I spent quality time with him playing badminton, chess, and biking every weekend. My dear parents, what I did is all about responsible parenting. By constantly engaging ourselves to our kids and providing them the necessary guidance, motivation, support, encouragement, directions, and resources to unleash their full potentials. Being a parent is a lifetime commitment. Once a parent, forever a parent. Being a parent is both joy and a challenge, because when the baby arrives in your life is forever changed. The parenting challenge is to raise a confident, respectful, self-reliant, happy, healthy, cooperative, and responsible kid. It is the responsibility of every parent to ensure that their children are prepared for the adult world so they can walk into their lives with confidence and enthusiasm. Before I end my short talk, I would like to thank Summer Hill School and most especially the grade 5 teachers for the amazing job that you do. Knowing that you care for our kids gives us trust and confidence we need through tough times like COVID. Truly, you are a hero. You bring hope, love, encouragement, and the ability to dream beyond the four walls of the classroom. And for that, we cannot thank you enough. Let me end my talk with the golden rule of parenting is to always show your children the kind of person you want them to be.